Back here on SportsLine, and let's go to the phones, get somebody in here. Let's say hello to Kevin. Kevin, what's going on? Welcome to SportsLine.
Always good to talk to you, Steve.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I thought it was great the Titans didn't give up a single sack this weekend. They didn't give up a long third down completion. They played almost a perfect game, but unfortunately it wasn't televised. But obviously I'm being sarcastic. Now, I grew up in Chicago, so I'm a diehard Chicago Bear fan, and I'm a Catholic, so obviously I'm a Notre Dame fan.
Mm-hmm.
But in the big picture of things, I'm not really a college football fan, but I moved down here from Chicago in 1997 and quickly realized, living in Tennessee, that everything is about the Vols. Before, the Titans came in and then the Predators, of course. But I had to watch the game on Saturday against Alabama and Tennessee, and it was more a curiosity check because I don't really have a dog in the hunt. But watching that game, I saw two absolutely talented, fantastic football teams just battle it out. And I thought, I think the announcers even said somewhere late in the game that if you're watching this game and this doesn't impress you and you're not a fan, I'm prefacing, but don't be a fan if you don't like what you're watching.
Right.
And when they had that mishap inside the 10 late in the game, that the Vols with the scoop and score that Alabama got, I thought, what a horrible way for this game to end. And because I was like, it was such a great game, and it ends like this. And then, of course, everybody knows the outcome. But that's probably one of the better, and not even professional football team professional football game I've seen, but any game I've seen in probably about 10 years, because that was incredible. I mean, watching these guys go back and forth, and obviously well coached. Well, Nick Saban is Nick Saban. Everybody knows that. And but I was just so impressed. The quality of the college football skill level, and finally some of these players are getting acknowledged and somewhat compensated in their own little way. For their, I don't know how the verbiage goes. They get compensated for
name, image, and likeness.
And but in the big picture of things, boy, that was a great game, and I was incredibly happy to watch that game. I don't know what the penalty phase was when it came to taking the goalposts out the field and throwing them in the river. I know they were fined substantially for the fans jumping on the field.
Yep.
But if there's one question I can ask, can you clear one thing up for me, Steve?
Yeah, go ahead.
What was the big thing about the cigars? I know they gave somebody a box of cigars. I saw a couple fans holding cigars. What's the significance of that?
Yeah, it's always been a part of the Alabama-Tennessee rivalry. I'll try and get the exact genesis for you here in a second, but it's just been a part of the rivalry for a long time where the winning team gets to light up a cigar and celebrate with that. So
I know sometimes teams exchange trophies and stuff, and there's certain rivalries, and so maybe just clear that up. That's what they do. And I think it was since '98 since Tennessee beat Alabama, maybe '97.
Well, this was the first win in 16 years, but Tennessee's now 6-0 for the first time since '98. I was looking up the exact year for you, by the way, Kevin, because I wanted to get it right. 1961, a trainer who was at Alabama who was previously working for Tennessee told the Alabama football team that he would dance naked if they won the game. And for the first time in 7 years that year, Alabama won, and he obliged with the cigar. And from that point on, the legend just sort of grew. And so since then, it's become the game that when the team wins, somebody throws a cigar in. And, Tennessee's kind of adopted it as well. It's been a long time since Tennessee's been able to light one up after the game. But that is the genesis
cool
of the cigar story within the rivalry.
A lot of college football rivalries have these specific little quirks.
Yep.
And that just makes the sport even better.
Absolutely.
Because, whether it's getting the other team's trophy, they trade trophies like, Army, Navy, stuff like that, and it's just tradition. And that's a pretty cool tradition, be it somewhat limited to a trophy, but a cigar. But how much is it going to cost to replace those goalposts? they can't be cheap.
Yeah, Kevin, I'll lay that out here actually when we come back from this break because we got to get to a break. But it was an amazing game, that's for sure, and I appreciate the call as always. It was just a special day on Rocky Top, and the pageantry of college football is really unique and special. You talk about some of those trophy games, from Paul Bunyan's axe to the cannon to the, gosh, I mean, there's so many. The little brown jug and Floyd of Rosedale and the Civil War trophy, or the bucket of nails, keg of nails. I mean, all those trophies are spectacular and speak to the rivalries at the time, and the cigar tradition in Alabama, Tennessee speaks to this rivalry as well. It was just a great, great game, and for Tennessee to come through the adversity late in that game after the fumble and come back and tie, it would have hurt so bad for them to be that close and play so well and to lose in that fashion, and for them to flip the script and find a way to win. It was just a euphoric scene, and it was something I will never forget. It is truly going to be at the top of the list for a long, long time, and one of the best sporting events I've ever had the chance to be to, and I think a lot of other people remember those moments on Rocky Top for a while as well. We'll take a break. When we come back, I will talk about the cost of it, getting those new goalposts in, and everything else that happened after the game. That's when we return here on SportsLine on News Channel 5+.